Boris Johnson says that the Russian President Vladimir Putin once personally threatened him with a missile. The former British Prime Minister says it happened during a phone call before Russia's invasion of Ukraine last year. The exchange was released as a preview to the BBC documentary Putin versus the West. Here's how Johnson described it.
You know, he threatened me at one point and said, Boris, I don't want to hurt you, but with a missile it would only take a minute or something like that, jolly. But I think from the very relaxed tone that he was taking, the sort of air of detachment that he seemed to have, he was just playing along with my attempts to get him to negotiate.
Well, the Kremlin is responding to that accusation. CNN's Claire Sebastian joins me now. I mean, the point I think Boris Johnson is making is it wasn't a direct threat of assassination. It was a power play, right?
Well, that's what he's saying. The Kremlin flatly denying it today. They say that Boris Johnson is lying, that there were no missile threats. They say that, this is according to the spokesman Dmitry Peskov, that the only mention of missiles came in the context that Putin expressed his concern that if Ukraine were to join NATO, that would mean the potential for US and NATO missiles to be placed along Russia's border, with the potential to, of course, hit inside Russia's territory. So they're saying there was no actual missile threat, but of course missiles were mentioned. Now, in terms of what we do know, there was a call, February 2nd was the last call between Johnson and Putin before the war. We don't know for sure that that's the one they're referring to, but it seems likely. They did mention NATO. President Putin expressed his worry that the alliance was not taking Russia's concerns.
This is according to the official readout.
Both official readouts mentioned NATO. The Russian one says that Putin was concerned that they weren't meeting their demands. And Boris Johnson, interestingly, says that he believed that Ukraine, like any European democracy, had a right to join under the open door policy. According to what he says in this documentary, it seems that he was perhaps more placating Russia, saying, don't worry, Ukraine unlikely to join NATO anytime soon. I think given that that was one of more than a dozen calls between Putin and other NATO leaders of NATO countries in the month before the war, underscores the kind of effort that was going into trying to prevent this war. Obviously, we're now around a year out from that call.
Didn't work, did it? Claire, thank you.